And we're in our third game this time, and yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Will we see the first village win or another Evo Alliance win? Maybe the full wins this time, and then we have oh, actually, it's not a full game; it's a Headhunter game. Don't mind me saying that. We will have two Headhunter games to finish this series of games off, which means that there can't be a full win anymore. But of course, there can be a Headhunter win, or a Werewolf win, or a Arsonist win, because it's a Headhunter Arsonist game and slightly more passive game. It's always more of a waiting game. Like, do you wait? Do you allow a burn, or do you have to risk lynch to prevent uh, everybody from burning? Anyway, the Red Lady visited somebody on the first day. Of course, that's less of a risk in an Arsonist game, and it does confirm a lynch on the next day. We see that 2 is saying 16 bad, 4 is going to be revived, and 4 can give 2 infos. They can say 9 is good, because they check that, and they can say that 16 is evil because the Red Lady visited them. 110 and 12 claimed RV. There's some more RV claims, but that's not the most interesting information of today. I think a lot of the focus will go on to 6 and 7, who are checked equal by the detective, and both aren't claiming. Oh, 7 claimed RV, but there's a chance that might just be a jackpot. If the priest water 6 or 7 and one turns out to be a werewolf, then the other one will be confirmed werewolf as well. So let's see if that's what's gonna happen. 6 and 7 are definitely not proven, like 9 is pointing out right here. And let's see if the priest is going to take advantage of that. They definitely shoot water 6 or 7 here because it's not confirmed, and if they're village, then there's a good chance that one of them is medium. And if the werewolves have a nightmare werewolf in their team, then the medium might just be nightmare. Yeah, if there is going to be a nightmare medium, that would be a huge play for the werewolves, because that would this allows so much information. I mean, both RSCR info and Red Lady info. That's just going to be crushing on the second day, if you ask me. But yeah, the priest not doing anything. Priest deciding to be passive instead, maybe hoping for that confirmation from the lady or the Aras here. And it's a reasonable decision this time, I think, to save your water, as it's not confirmed. 6 and 7 can easily be good, and saving your water could also be useful later in the game. 9 is clean, of course, by the red lady, but yeah, 9 was already very much acting like a villager, in my opinion. Um, one is claiming to be the medium, so one will be confirmed by 4, and 16 will be confirmed safe lane, so the village will have a free lynch today. The jailer goes down. That's a very good kill by the werewolves. And yeah, it's a very good game so far, actually. Basically, no dubious decisions have been made yet. Yeah, so 1 saying 16 evil, 4 saying 16 evil, 14 doesn't equal 16, according to 15 who's the detective, which means that if 16 is a werewolf, then 14 is not a werewolf, but if 16 is arsonist, oh, 16 is claiming marksman now. So I do think that 16 is actually the arsonist here. So that means that 14 can still be a werewolf if 16 is not evil. But yeah, there's not much more to talk about this day. There's still the situation of 6 and 7 though. Yeah, 6 and 7 could still easily be a jackpot. So the priest, yeah, there's really no no reason not to water 6 or 7. Yeah, 15 is just saying, please mind watering 6 or 7. I mean, yeah, you either confirm them both good or both evil. In both cases, it's worth it. In both cases, the water is worth it. Even if you die, you confirm a lot of information, and that's what the priest is all about. It's about confirming the information on the first day, because the sooner the information that is given on the first day gets proven, the easier it will be, because you will have confirmed informers, and confirmed informers are going to be so useful because you can rely on them throughout the entire game, and they can be a burden for the werewolves. As once a confirmer is an informer is confirmed, they will also be likely prioritized by protectors over other informer claims. For example, 4 is a confirmed RSCer here. And the werewolves will never attack 4 because they will probably just be protected by some RV, and it's a reliable info source for the village, and it's just going to be so valuable. If Vortex somebody evil, then the only reason that somebody might not be evil is because they are enchanted by a shaman wolf, but it's not even certain that there's a shaman wolf in game in this setup. So yeah, we don't know that. 14 dies as the priest. Yeah, they definitely should have. It's definitely a missed water, not to water 6 or 7. Uh, I mean, only 7 claimed or feed 6 claimed nothing. And they were no claim. You know that one is medium. The jailer died, and that's then the only no claims that are left are really just bad rules. There's really no other way around it. Yeah, if 6 claimed something, tried to claim something like doctor, force a counterclaim, then they probably would have still been watered by a priest who's a bit more aggressive. But at least they're claiming something, and now the whole game is just focusing on 6 and 7 because there are no claim and likely to be jackpot, which does also turn out to be true. So yeah, the village is going to lynch 6, and there's not much more to it. This is just looking like a very clean village win to me. And 11 saying that 6 is marked. So ideally the village lynches somebody else, and that's 11-2. That would be a bit quicker. But they also are thinking like, oh, do we really need to switch? Do we really have another target? They're just letting the marksman switch. They know they're probably winning anyway, so it's fine. Yeah, no. It is saying no one else to lynch. There's no other target. We might as well just lynch 6. It's not a big deal that the marksman doesn't get to shoot their target, current mark right now. Um, there's only 2 wolves left, and even if the wolves have another junior, it's not going to be enough for them. As yeah, players at this level are not going to mislange a confirmed medium, for example, like 1. It's just not going to happen, and there's not really a way anymore for the evils to capitalize on anything. The village have outplayed them. 16 was already confirmed arsonist from the second day, and there was not much that they could do about it. They were simply visited by a lady who visited on the first night. Yeah, the only thing you can really do in such a situation is try to do some damage, fake some information, and maybe you can just get a kill in. Um, well, in the full game, if you're a cannibal, for example, and you're checked unknown and people think you're solo, you can still fake some information to get somebody's shot, for example. But that's also not possible in an arsonist game, as there's only night bullets like jailer and marksman. You cannot really deal damage during the day, only by wasting a priest, I would say. And yeah, well, the priest actually kind of wasted himself in this game by not watering 6 or 7. But yeah, not much 16 could do here. A bit of an unfortunate game for them, to be honest. But I do believe that the scoring system actually compensates for that. Not entirely sure. No, actually, probably not. Probably not. But yeah, very unfortunate game for the arsonist. And now it's just a matter of finding those no claims and lynching the last bad rolls. They have a confirmed RSC, or they have a confirmed medium. It shouldn't be so hard anymore. And what the only thing that's possible here is that the Headhunter's gonna win. Of course, everybody has a claim, so there are not only no claims that are bad. There are still some claims left. And there might just be an RV, for example, who's the Headhunter target, and in that case, there is actually a chance for a Headhunter win. The last Werewolf might try to help a bit with pushing them out. Oh, the village actually killed the Headhunter here. I think was that their intention? They just killed 3 because they had no claim, right? I think they did, yeah. But it's actually a good thing for the village that they lynched the Headhunter because you never know who might be their target. And right now, the village can basically just lynch anyone without having to worry about anything. And the marksman shoots 8, and the RS is probably going to confirm the last werewolf on the next day, and it's going to be a done deal. So let's see what Force gonna say. Yeah, just 10 evil. Village is gonna lynch 10, and they're chilling. They're winning this game, and that's just it. Now we just need to wait for that final lynching round. And finally a village win. This time, yeah, kind of a lucky start for the village. a lot of information on the second day. The werewolves didn't have a nightmare werewolf. I think. I don't think there's a nightmare werewolf. If they did have a nightmare werewolf and a nightmare medium in the situation, that would have been like the key play to have a chance of winning this game. And yeah, six having no claim kind of exposed six and seven as a jackpot, and two visiting 16. There were basically already three bad rules confirmed on the first day. Well, not really confirmed, but pointed out by the detective info and the lady visiting 16. So yeah, there's been, by the end of the second day, there were already three dead bad rolls, and yeah, it's just impossible to recover from that. And the village did manage to clean up and get this victory, which is good for them. The village kind of needed maybe some people who had been village in the games before maybe needed something. And it actually is a nightmare wolf. If they had nightmared a one on the second night, that might have been the ideal play for them to go for. But unfortunately, they didn't. They didn't manage to do that, and the village wins the second game. So yeah, that was another good game. A bit lucky by the village that they had so much information on the second day, but we saw at the end there that there was a nightmare wolf in the game, so it was possible for the nightmare wolf to disable the medium from reviving somebody if they had read the medium's claim correctly, which they didn't sadly. But yeah, after the revives happened, so much was confirmed, and the evil rolls just couldn't recover from it. It was a good village win, and definitely deserved. And that was the third game. Time for the final game of this group, and yeah, it's going to be their last game of WWOC as very last chance to get some points. And yeah, let's see what happens. And this is the scoreboard after game 3. Mr. Potato on top with 8 points. Miji Tinsitiat, Recep Imrahan, LJ Ninja, and Foxio with 7 points. Assalto, Janu, Ipan, Ghost King, Serial Chiller, and Blushidan all with 6 points. And then there's Penguin Attack, Ariga, They Them, and Do Flamingo with 5 points.